Hello everyone, Hachadino over here, and as always, if you like my videos, you can like them, and also subscribe in any of the cats that it's on the sites. And of course, if you like the shit that I always recommend, you can just check it out. Some people check it sometimes. We have a lot of videos also, and many things that are useful for Rogue in general too. We are working on those for the dungeons and bosses. I will be doing them this weekend, kind of advancing with all the data that I've been getting. And now let's begin the video. This video will kind of be a hobby project of mine. If you have seen the first videos that we did with Rotten on 10.1 and 10.1.5, etc., etc. This season, I still kind of have a little bit of hope for Sepsis and Rotten to be decent on some bosses, namely the ones that have amp faces, because really you are only changing 1 point from finality to Rotten and then getting sepsis and perforated veins and things. So this is also people have been asking me when they see me doing Tindral progress, because I kind of got bored of the normal build on Tindral. I was doing always the same thing and people dying. Well, it is what it is. And also the build that I will use in Mythic Plus will be also a little bit different. It will be this one, and we basically kind of get a lot of Dance Macabre stacks with this one, and our sepsis does quite a little bit of damage because you get from 6 to 7 stacks usually. Also, of course, that makes the Viscerate hit harder, and Rupture also kind of hit harder, but that's not that important. It's just so people don't get surprised when on the next videos that I do for the Mythic Plus I played that kind of weird build. It's not a great one. I also don't recommend it because it's annoying to get the perforated vein stacks while you are doing AoE and things. But with Echoing Reprimand it helps a little bit, because as you know, those points make it so you get a 7 pointer finisher with some Shadow Techniques stacks. So even while you are doing AoE, you can just do a little backstab in dance and get a 7 point slammer. Of course, you do remember that the only difference between backstab and shuriken storm is that one hits more targets. There's also a little bit of a thing with Rotten and AoE. It's that you get find weakness on all of your targets at the same time. But I do say that there's a bug with Rotten, and it is that when you use Shuriken Storm, you lose both stacks if it's on AoE. Let me show you real fast. So you see here, we have those 3 targets, and then we use Symbols of Death. We have 2 stacks, and of course, all of the targets get Find Weakness, as you can see. But we lost our 2 stacks. So usually what we do is get at least 1 strike in on that. And as for the Rotten thingy and opener, if you really want to try it, the best opener that I found is kind of weird, but it works. It of course uses a Night Stalker to snap the dot portion of sepsis, and then the pop portion of sepsis you want to be on a ramped with Dance Macabre dance. So this is kind of the things that you have to put an APL, but it's annoying, so it will take quite a while. But we will have the whole season 4 to play with it. There may also be cool trinkets, and if Ashes stays, because it will, it's going to be a great trinket, so we can still play with that. And high versatility. Master is still better than crit, because we have many talents that devalue crit, like Rotten and Cold Blood, so you just get as much crit as your sim does. And then of course here we always will begin with Shadow Strike, then we get a Shot Rupture and Slice and Dice. because this build doesn't play with premeditation. The one that does play with premeditation, you just do an eviscerate. You don't care that much about that. Of course, as you know, things go usually like that. As you can see, the damage is quite good. Of course, if you proc the Shadow Rupture for 1 million in single target, but Sepsis still, even without critting on the normal hits and also kind of low rolling the other ones, it still does around 600k damage without flask or runes or buffs or anything. And of course, you also get some extra damage for Shadow Blades. But the thing is just doing that. Just snapping with Ashes of the Ember Soul, you get 3 snaps on. You guess the Sepsis Pop snap. You only get 1 decay because you use it almost 1 second after the secret technique. You get the Rupture snap, 33%. It's a good gamble. We don't play Finality. We just do this to refresh the one that will decay and also to get 1 Dance Macabre stack before the pop. And you also get, of course, Secret Technique with Cold Blood in this case. And in the case of the Mythic Plus version, where I play Echo Reprimand, you can, of course, still play Cold Blood. It's arguably cooler sometimes. But with Echo Reprimand, you get an extra stack also. Does not change much. You also get some Perforated Veins stacks that you will, of course, not use on the Operator. But afterwards, when you are doing things, you do want to use them to get to 4 stacks and then get your sepsis with all the damage things. I mean, if that does not change much, but let's just say that, let's see how much damage it does now. It did not bad, like around 700k instead of the 600k, but of course I played badly. So that's kind of the ideas that I'm going to play around. If you like it, it's okay. If you don't like it, don't worry. I don't think anyone else is going to play this. It's just to make some kind of funny videos. It's also kind of interesting things that you can do with damage amps. Going to still be playing it on Tindral and maybe on Smolderon when we clear after like 2 months of being Tindral and then Fire Jail. And I rambled a lot, but it's just to have fun because making the dungeon and the boss videos is going to be a bit boring and those are not that popular. So let's see if people kind of like these weird things. Bye bye.